Hey, good morning, Facebook folks. Let this audience build a little bit. Quality and reliability make a difference. Ooh.
Battle Rifle Company. Custom-built rifles, accessories, gunsmithing, and more. You can find them right here in Houston at 17313.
Why you get all nosy into my computer stuff?
Trying to see the deals.
Let's see where we're doing deals.
Hook a brother up.
Your responsibilities as an owner,
So funny.
executive, regional, or local manager in the multifamily apartment industry are endless. From overseeing the rental units to the concerns and issues of residents, you deal with problems every
Let's see
day.
here.
Avoid the pitfalls that occur in the multifamily industry on Multifamily Matters with Paul Marks. Paul and his guests will
Multifamily
discuss
Matters.
topics that range from working better with your residents to cutting-edge methods to increase your property's
the
market
heck?
value. Multifamily Matters because multifamily matters. Fridays at 10 on KTEK.
That's
Uh-oh.
funny.
Money Matters, we specialize in retirement planning. Our two goals are for our clients to have financial peace of mind and to help make their money last.
30
Our
seconds.
strategy is designed
All
to
right,
help
if you
you
say
take
so.
advantage of stock market gains when possible, while helping protect you from a crash. If you haven't been to a Money Matters retirement seminar, you owe it to yourself to attend. 7 p.m. tonight at Courtyard.
thought
by
Ariana
Marriott.
Grande
I
was
know, I saw that.
Reserve at
That's funny.
moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net, or call 800-994-0302 or stop by.
The following program, paid for by Right Path Real Estate, does not
got an eyelash.
necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff, management, or ownership of this station. It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
The show. Please come inside.
Scary.
Right.
The guy that put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Tom Perry.
Hot mics, fellas.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. I'm joined live in the studio with my brother.
Hey.
Not my brother from another mother.
No, this is your brother.
you're,
Like,
you're my brother
legit
from the
real brother.
like from the same mother.
Yes.
Yes. So Fast Track Remodeling, 832-742-9992, 832-742-9992. Y'all got a little bit of remodeling going on around the city right now,
We
right?
do. Yeah, it's been good. I think I was thinking on the way over here of kind of what to talk about, and one of the things I think would be good would be what houses and days on market after we get done, like what consistency we've seen.
Yeah.
Like of the ones that
Yeah.
hit pretty quick.
Right.
What did they do
Yeah, what versus
differently?
Yeah, versus the houses that sit and sit and sit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
So enlighten us.
I feel like that those houses I was trying to, as I was thinking about it on the way over, like I said, is having a full court approach to the house.
Yeah.
Like just kind of looking at everything. They're not typically the houses that people are trying to salvage things that and taking chances on things. It's like they just come in. It's like they know what the ARV is. They know the neighborhood. They know what the other comps are doing, and it's like they push. A lot of them are ones that are actually pushing the comps in some cases.
Yeah. Can you give an example of an actual house? You don't have to give addresses or anything like that, but the ARV that they bought it at was X, and they actually sold it for Y, and how many days and all that.
God, I didn't have that much
Oh,
time on
sorry.
the way over. Yeah, thanks for putting me on the spot.
That's all right.
But
It's what brothers do.
Yeah, I know. Just push you.
Yeah.
No, but I think the ones that it's like you finish them, they do the photos, and then it's like, hey guys, we got a contract, and it's like a week later,
Right,
and it's
yeah.
like what did they do differently on those? And I think it really does come down to they really did everything that needed to be done
Yeah.
in the house and didn't really take a chance. It's like they had just they bought it well enough that they were able to do
Yeah.
everything that really needed to be done
Yeah.
on the house.
I know for us, the main things that we focus on, I mean, I think no secret to our formula. We make sure that the kitchen is good.
Right.
Make sure the master bath is good. And then we typically update the other bathrooms as well, but we really make sure that the master bath is kind of like a retreat. And then one of the things that we've been doing that's kind of unique, I think, is the master closet. We haven't been the
Putting
last
shelving.
Yeah, which I know the first time you saw that, you were like, wait, what?
Well, no, I think it's. I mean, here's what I think is that when you take something out,
Yeah.
it's like, let's think about why are we taking it out?
Right, sure.
And if you're taking it out because you want somebody else to be able to have a vision for what it is that they want to do,
Right.
you're giving them an option, right? And
Right.
you're not paying for it.
Right.
So it's like, how cool is that? Like,
Yeah.
you're it's not because
You're providing a benefit for free.
right. And
Yeah.
it's not like you're trying to save money.
Right.
Right,
No.
because if you spend the money and you put something in that they don't like, they have to tear it out. They're spending more money because they're having to tear it out to redo what they want to do. And
Yeah,
it's-
and our agent is quick to say if they make a comment about the closet or something like that.
Well,
Well,
put it
we
in.
like the house except for the closet. Like, hey, make an offer with that included. We'll pay to put it in. And
Right.
if you want California closets, I mean, for the right offer, we're very flexible. If you want that, or
but
you
then
want,
you're also showing it's kind of like the thing about concessions of like knowing going into the house like what's possible that might come up. That's an item that's like,
Yeah.
hey, I really don't want to spend the money right now, but it's probably going to come up. But at least you can show the buyer that you're willing to concede, and there's a negotiation that happens not just monetarily but also emotionally.
Yeah.
They see that you're willing to come to the table with like a. It's not just like, hey, this is it,
What would you say for a new investor that the biggest thing that they should know about working with Fast Track, and what are some of the things that you feel like that investors miss about who Fast Track is and what makes y'all unique and things like that? Because I know that sometimes people come in with one expectation. Of course, you know how you do things. What do you think is the biggest expectation that?
I think I think it's different per investor, right? Because everybody's got a history of
Sure.
either previous work with a contractor or, what their expectations were of, probably picking out items, like just being able to have that. We up front say, hey, look, if you're wanting to stay, get the house done. I mean, right now we're actually 2 houses that we finished. One is being walked on Tuesday. One's being walked tomorrow. We're like a month ahead of schedule of what our contract date was.
Is that
in
legal?
our contract?
A month ahead.
And so how do we get that done? It's not that we're padding our contract. It's that we're actually being efficient with what it is that we're doing.
Right.
And how do we get efficiency? It's by being able to do the things repetitively.
Right.
And so
Yeah, the more you customize and add custom countertops or cabinets or whatever it is, tile, or you're like, oh my gosh, now I've got to go make sure that they've got enough in stock, and you get it all. And it's like,
but what's crazy is like we look at the houses that have closed quickly.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've never $400,000-$500,000 houses.
Yeah, right.
We've put really nice tile in.
Right, yeah.
But it's not marble. It's not
Right.
travertine,
Right.
and they sell.
Right, they sell really
So
quick.
it's being able to. I think our goal is for investors to be successful.
Yes.
And how do we get that is by partnering with them when we're walking the house on the front end.
Yeah.
Of being able to like, okay, what is the ARV, and walking the line of like, what do you have to do to get the ARV?
Yeah.
What do you not have to do? I mean,
Yeah, one of
the
the
most
things
recent for you, the house we just finished.
Yeah.
We didn't paint the outside. The
Right.
paint was in great condition. We
Right.
painted the trim. That was it.
Right.
So it's like, okay, not spend money on the exterior
Which
paint.
one was that?
The Blue Willow.
Oh, yeah.
So not.
Yeah, and in fact, I didn't love the paint.
I didn't either.
Yeah, but it's like, it was such a great paint job.
But it also goes with the
it
style
does.
of the house.
It does,
And so, but walking the line of like,
And I know a lot of investors, because they didn't like the paint,
They would've painted it.
They would have paid the money to paint it, and that would have cost what, $2,000-$3,000. They come straight out of profit, right?
Right.
That's
not necessary.
It's not-
Somebody's going
right.
to buy that house based on because the paint's in great condition. Now,
Right.
if the paint had been in bad condition,
Correct.
you have to paint it.
Right.
But the paint, it might not be a great color.
I thought
but the
about going
paint-
and marking up the paint just to make it in bad condition. Then I was like, yeah, that's stupid. That's $3,000 out of my pocket. So
What?
yeah.
What?
No, I'm
I know you're.
Yeah.
I'm like my brain's like what?
What? Why would you mark it up? Well, because it was in such great condition, and maybe it was in worse condition, so I decondition it.
Great.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Fast Track Remodeling's in the house. It's fasttrackremodeling.com. That's fasttrackremodeling.com. 832-742-9992. 832-742-9992. So I know that y'all are taking y'all are 2 to 3 days to get out to a house, so that Elijah or
Our time frame has drastically. We're back to
Back to
somewhat-
normal?
Yeah. So we've worked through the backlog of. I mean, we've. Normal would be 10 days.
Yeah.
To start. So I mean, we're not 4 or 5 weeks anymore. So
Good.
it's been it's been good to be able to
catch up.
To catch up, yeah.
Nice.
It's been. We do have some larger ones right now that permits and inspections stuff like that do add some complexity, but
Yeah, y'all are doing quite a few, over 100,000 for us right now. That.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
Oh, sorry. Well, we'll take that back. I didn't tell anybody just now. There's nobody listening.
Yeah.
We'll just keep that between us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of them, they're not all flood houses.
No.
Yeah. So, but some of them are.
Yeah.
And some of them, they're only that much, not because of the complexity or things like that, but because of the square footage. There's some really big houses. So you paint, I mean, like we've got.
And they're 3-4 bathrooms.
Yeah,
right.
So,
all of that, it's like, just adds.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So and that's one of the things that I've talked about to investors over and over and over that people have a tough time getting is that, hey, a $30 a foot rehab, that determines the complexity. It's like, is it a $10 a foot rehab versus a $40 a foot rehab? A $40 a foot rehab is more complex than a $10 a foot rehab typically. And so if you're talking about a 1,500 square foot house versus a 4,000 square foot house.
I think the biggest things are size and age.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if you're a new investor, those are the things. I mean, if you're looking at a 1920s house, you can't look at it the same as a 1980s. Like, they're just inherently, it's going to cost more. I don't care what condition it's in. There's going to be things that are hidden that you're not able to see, wiring, whatever it is. Just know going into it that a house, 1920s, 1930s, anything like that, is going to be quite a bit different than, it's going to be tough to be able to go into those type of houses and just carpet paint, fixtures and unless it's been updated correctly in the last,
How often do you run into a situation where a house has been updated and you would say it was done correctly? Has it ever happened?
I'm trying to. If it has, it's never been something that is stuck in my mind. Which just because most of the time it is something that you're having to undo.
Yeah.
What somebody has done, and I mean, it's like those houses. They're not going to be in the type of situation that we're able to buy them in, or investors are going to be able to buy them in, right? So, I mean, they're going to be if it was done well.
Yeah, then
they were
going to be able
to
retail, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why would we be coming in on a house like that?
Okay.
So
you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Our phone number is 713-785-1817 if you want to give us a call and ask a question. I'm joined live in the studio with my brother, FastTrackRemodeling.com, 832-742-9992, 832-742-9992.
1 minute.
Okay, so what do you want to add in the last minute?
I think we're excited. I mean, it's been a good year thus far, and
it's only May.
Just being able to get, I think consistency is our biggest thing this year.
So do you see prices coming back down in terms of materials, things like that? I find oftentimes, due to a storm and things like that, there's a shortage in supply, so prices rise in the short term. But I don't notice that they ever fall back down to where they were.
It's not like they ever call it. You know what, guys? We're actually. It's like they know that they got that out of you.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like insurance sometimes with.
Yeah.
So
that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
Right. All right, guys. FastTrackRemodeling.com for all your remodeling needs. I can't say no job is too small. Probably 10,000 of remodeling.
7,500.
Okay, 7,500 is the minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
See you.
Have a great day.
Bye.
All right, fellas, mic's off.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Yes, though, but you not since the last time you were here.
Hello, real estate investors. Do you need a a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet.
Yeah, it's a stand-up, sit-down. Because Jason likes to do the show on Mondays, standing up.
Yeah, I like that. I like standing when I'm talking.
We could do it standing up if you want.
We're gonna. I'm already situated.
Yeah, I've got a lift desk in my office. And then I think you've seen my desk.
Yeah.
With the treadmill and all that.
Yeah, I'm not that. No. I'm not working while I work.
You're not that. No.
No, I'm not that cool. Oh man, so my son graduated kindergarten last night.
Oh, congratulations.
No, I'm not okay with this.
Why?
It's growing up, and it's like surprisingly, I did. So he graduated pre-K last year.
Yeah,
and I was a mess. Like the whole way home, I'm like bawling. I'm like, no, you can't grow up a baby, because it was like this. I don't know how to put it.
You know, we're on Facebook right now, right?
Look,
Okay.
I can be a mess over my kid. All right?
I just want, absolutely. I want you to be aware. That's all. I'm just giving
I'm
you fair
not saying
warning.
anything embarrassing. I don't
right.
think.
No, of course not.
Is that your subtle way of saying
No.
yes? You are.
No.
I like it. It's entertaining.
I would rather.
Thank you,
I would
Nikki.
rather you.
Real talk.
Right. It's so finish the
I'm
story.
a real human being,
yes.
not an appraiser robot. So last year was really hard.
Yeah.
Because it was, I think, my first realization of he's not a baby anymore.
Right. Sure.
I couldn't deny it anymore that he was a big kid now.
Yeah.
And then this year I was still a mess.
The walking and talking, that doesn't do it for you.
Because I can still deny it. Because he
Okay.
still has baby moments,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Like, I'm like, Mama, can I lay in bed with you? And I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
Come snuggle.
Sure.
Mom, I need help with my cereal. I'm like, okay, you're not a big kid. You can't pour milk yet.
Yeah, of course, right.
But this year, I wasn't as a mess as last year, but
Yeah.
this year was still hard.
Does he still wear a diaper?
No.
Just checking. All right.
No. He's not an actual baby. I'm just in denial that he's not a baby.
So first grade next year, huh?
I know. Now that's gonna be. We can't do the radio show on that day because I'll be like, I need the day off.
The good news is that's a Monday.
Is it
They
okay?
normally- they
Well,
normally
duh.
start
That makes
school.
sense. I don't know why I had a. Thank you. So
Yeah, we normally do our show on a Thursday. Just so you-
that's true. Yeah. Things could change.
It
okay,
could change.
Hey.
You could move to Mondays, right?
I used to come on Fridays, so
Right.
still not Monday, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So
But yeah.
you want to listen to your commercial?
I don't. I can't listen to it. My sister listened to it when she was with me a few months ago.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it sounds so good. You sound so professional, blah, blah, blah. But it's just this weird thing that happens when
Yeah, when you hear yourself.
you're doing it
Yeah.
yourself versus
Right.
hearing other
Right.
people's commercials.
Yeah.
And you're always more self-critical of yourself
Yeah.
than other
Makes sense.
people.
So, you guys ready to do a radio
Sure, why
show?
not?
We weren't yet. We're not doing the radio show yet.
Aren't we doing it now?
Game
Just turn the
on.
mic on. We can just keep talking. Just turn the mic on.
Stand by you two. Here we
Talk
go,
about real
y'all.
estate, though, this time.
Hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. We did a quick change during the break. For those of y'all that join us on the Book of Faces, y'all get a chance to be a part of this. And so Michelle Imler, Michelle Rodriguez.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
We gotta tell ourselves that.
Yeah, so she's got a baby that just graduated kindergarten.
I know. I can't handle it.
Gonna start first grade in August. That's what comes next, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
That's the way it was when I was
Here we
back in
go.
school. I didn't know if they'd changed anything. Goes
Yeah,
kindergarten,
it's all
first grade still.
Yeah. No, he's gonna jump to third grade, and then he's gonna come back to first grade.
Yeah.
And we're gonna figure it out.
You know,
after that.
they do things kooky now. I tell you, my daughter, they when I went to school, it was 1st through 5th was elementary, and then 6th through 8th was junior high, right? And then
Right,
9th
right.
through 12th. So my daughter, when she went to 6th grade, that was its own standalone school. So it was like
Yeah.
1st through 5th kindergarten, and then excuse me, was elementary school, and
Right.
then 6th grade was by itself.
Yeah.
And then 7th and 8th was middle school, I guess they called, and then now high school.
Yeah, my school, when I left, and I'm sure y'all tuned in to hear all
sure,
about
right,
my
yeah,
high school years,
right.
but they changed it after I left 9th grade. 9th grade became its own campus, and then 10, 11, 12 was high school.
Oh, okay.
So,
So the
Yeah.
other end of the spectrum. So this is Michelle Rodriguez, formerly Emler,
Correct,
but,
Michelle Emler.
So nextgenappraisals.com for all your appraisal needs, nextgenappraisals.com, 713-346-9911, 713-346-9911. All right, I'll correct myself. Not all your appraisal needs. Appraisal needs in Houston that are not commercial, right?
correct.
All right, cool. So
Very specific.
for all your residential,
Yes.
appraisal
we can
needs-
appraise up to 4 unit properties, and then that's a cap.
so quadplex.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I've never heard it called that before. I usually say fourplex.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Duplex, quads.
We didn't make our own rules.
Triplex. Yeah,
Make our own rules at Right Path.
That's right. Okay.
So yeah.
All
yeah.
right. So desktops are taking you how long now?
Still 2 business days, and then we're at 5 full business days for full appraisals. We're doing a lot of desktops right now.
Yeah.
More so than usual.
Right.
And so that's kind of interesting.
So my guess is this: when a new investor is getting started, and they're trying to run their comps and all that, they try and do that, and then they get you involved, right?
Yeah.
My guess is that you're rarely ever higher as a number than their number, right? It's normally they're higher.
Oh, no.
No,
I'll tell you an
okay.
interesting story. So one of the first appraisals I did for Red Door
Yeah.
was this historical home down in Texas City.
Okay.
Built 1920s, I want to
Sure.
say.
Right.
A beautiful home, like original stained glass windows. All the woodworking and everything they did is just really beautiful home. But when I went out there, I measured it and measured 400 square feet smaller.
Oh, okay.
So I gave them a heads up. I said, hey, this home is actually a lot smaller than what's in tax rolls. Be
Sure.
prepared. The
Right.
value may not be what you're hoping for.
Sure.
Well, when I actually ran the numbers, the historical value that property added actually ended, even though it was smaller,
Yeah.
exceeded
What
their original ARV was.
Yeah.
So you never really know. We're not usually lower.
Right.
We just have a different perspective.
Got it.
Just like anybody else that's analyzing a market.
So when a new person's analyzing a market, what are some of the biggest mistakes that you see that they make?
Well, the biggest one I see is everybody has this shortcut method of, well, this is the price per square foot, so I'll just take that, multiply it by my square foot, and then bam, I have a value. And people rarely understand the square footage or gross living area roughly accounts for about 30 to 50% of the value of a home, right? People usually aren't buying a home because of its size. They're buying it because of its location, or we need so many bedrooms, or this one has a pool, that one doesn't, blah, blah, blah. So when you're using that methodology or that shortcut, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Well, and what I see with that is the problem with it is that there's oftentimes a cap in the marketplace. Like I know a particular neighborhood that I've owned a house, and no house is really sold above like 260 in that neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a house right now that just went on the market, and it went pending after only 4 days at like 258. But it's one of the smaller houses in the neighborhood. Most of the houses are selling in the 120s per square foot, maybe 130s per square foot, something like that.
Right.
And they're about 2,000 square feet. This house is like 1,600 and some change. It's going for like $158 a foot. Mm-hmm. Now, I know I've got a house in there just under 2,300 square feet. So if I say, okay, 2,300 times 158, I get a big number way over,
What's that phrase, diminishing returns? That's true in real estate square footage as well. The other thing is every neighborhood has a floor, right?
Right.
So there's always that.
If the foundation's done right.
But there's always a buy-in, right, to a particular neighborhood. That's why you can't use comps that are, say, in the Woodlands versus comps that are in maybe Pasadena or something like that. That location value is completely different.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing I see is kind of this manipulation of, well, if I pull this comp and I use this one, and even though that one sold kind of old or a long time ago, like this is the value and that'll make our numbers work. And that's not how market value works,
David asked a question on the Book of Faces. Can you explain the difference between a desktop and a regular appraiser?
So a desktop is kind of like it sounds. We appraise it completely from our desk. We don't actually go out and do a site evaluation. So we're pulling the square footage from anything on MLS or tax records. Really, all the data we use for a desktop is from online resources that are available.
From online databases, from HAR,
Correct.
from Google Maps, from Real List, that kind of stuff.
And to be fair, our experience and our geographic
course.
knowledge of that area, that's not available online. But so that's a desktop, and that's like we have no idea what the value is. We just want a really good idea of what ballpark we're in.
How close do you feel like you get in that? Is it within 10%? Is it within, what's your margin of error?
I feel 15% is a safe number. My goal every time I do a desktop is 5%.
Okay.
That's the goal. But almost inevitably, you're going to go out and the property measures differently, or I didn't realize there was some kind of structure next to the property or something. I mean, I do the best I can with like Google Maps and whatever's available. But
So that brings up a good point. What percentage of the time is the square footage off?
I want to say 100, but that's not fair. And by off, I would say it exceeds 10% of what's in tax rolls.
Yeah. So tax roll says it's 2,280 square feet.
And say I go out there and it's 2,600. I would say that's probably 1 out of 10, so 10%.
And it's normally bigger than what the tax rolls say?
Most often it's going to be smaller. Most often it's going to be smaller.
Okay. So what is that 50-50? That's 50% of the time, or is like 90% of the time it's smaller?
Of the ones that come back wrong, I would say 90% of the ones that come back are smaller.
Yeah.
Very few actually end up being bigger.
Right.
Which
It never
everybody's
seems like
like,
it works in
hey,
your favor."
bonus
Yeah,
money.
right.
But it very rarely happens that way.
Right. So, but you measure it every single time when you're going out doing an actual
When we
appraisal.
do a site evaluation. Well, there's something called a drive-by appraisal or a 2055, which, again, just like it sounds, we just drive by the property and we're taking a look at the neighborhood
What's a
and everything.
2055?
It's the name of the form
Oh,
that
okay,
appraisal goes on.
Got it. Is that for like a BPO or something like that for short
No,
sales?
no. BPOs are done by realtors, and BPOs can be done both ways. They can be done with a site inspection or without. It's up to the realtor and what's being asked of them. But no, drive-by appraisal is everything, but we go inside the property and measure it.
Got it.
We're driving the comps, we're driving the neighborhood, doing all of our market research and things like that.
Okay. So I'm joined live in the studio with Michelle Rodriguez. It's nextgenappraisals.com, nextgenappraisals.com, 713-346-9911, 713-346-9911. So Brian's saying, yes, I've learned it the hard way. Every house I do, the measurements now to ensure something isn't significantly off on the square footage before I make an offer.
Yeah, especially older homes, right? That's the ones I find more often measure wrong. And if you're an investor, that's usually where your value add is these older homes that haven't been rehabbed since they were purchased. So, yeah, I would say almost, again, trying to think off the top of my head, maybe 80% of the stuff we look at is older homes for investors.
Right.
Because that's where they're going in and adding value to the market.
Correct.
And that's more often where you're going to see the
So when you're
difference.
measuring, if you were going to teach a new investor how to measure a house quickly, you're not going room by room measuring each and every individual room. Are you doing it that way, or are you taking a wheel going around the outside of the house, or
a wheel? No, I use a laser tape measure. I measure the exterior of the property.
Okay.
If there's an attached garage, we deduct that out.
did I say that wrong? Wheel?
No, there's a wheel. It's just
Right.
kind of an old method of
Yeah.
using it. Some appraisers still do, which is great, but I just like hitting
Yeah,
a button and it tells me.
I carry a wheel in my trunk.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the laser measures. They're
Right.
just like beep,
What I don't
beep.
like about the laser on the outside is there's not always something to, bounce it off of, right?
Oh, but they have what's it? Pythagoras. So you hit it, and then it'll tell you.
I'm gonna wash your mouth out.
No, that's what's called Pythagorean. Oh man, it's been a while. Theorem.
Yeah, the Pythagorean theorem, right? Yeah, a squared
You
plus
didn't
b
know we were
squared.
going to teach you tongue twisters
Yeah,
today.
right. Okay, so but you're actually calculating using that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Really?
If you can't hit it with something with your laser tape measure, then yeah, you can.
You're triangulating off of something else.
Thank you, triangulating. Yes, that sounds better than what I was saying.
Okay, so you're triangulating off a tree or something.
No, off the house. So you're standing right angle to the
Yeah,
front
yeah.
of the house, right? You
Right.
get that measurement, and then you get your C, right?
Yeah,
And it gives you B.
yeah, I get that. Okay, so that's how you're
You
doing
like
it.
these.
I'd rather use a wheel, honestly.
Maybe, but it's I've done it. It's still pretty
I
accurate.
carry a laser tape measure also, but for all inside measurements.
I mean, no lie, I'm gonna hook a tape. It's easier to
Yeah,
do that.
okay.
But if you're doing the second floor
Yeah,
from the
okay,
outside,
sure,
that's
right.
a lot easier.
That's why. Okay,
Yeah,
got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now we got to the rest of the story, right?
The whole truth.
Yeah. So because what you're really worried about at that point is that you're measuring the foundation of the first floor, but you could have like a 70-30 or a 60-40 or a 65-35 or something like that on the second floor versus the first floor, right?
Yeah,
But it's not always a true two-story.
Well,
Like story
sure,
and a
that
half,
too.
right.
And you have, I don't know about other markets, but here in Houston, especially, we have like 2-story entryways and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
right.
So that's not a second floor. You got to
Agreed.
back that out. Or 2-story living rooms, things like that.
Got it. All right. So David says, so what determines which type of appraisal you do? You don't determine that. It's the client that does
Our
it.
scope of work is determined by the client, yes, and what their requirements are.
Yeah. So, David, it's a matter of the desktop appraisal is faster and less expensive.
Yes.
But with there's a relationship between speed and accuracy. The faster you want it, the less accurate it is. The more accurate you want it, the slower it is, and the more expensive it is. So if you want it accurate and spend a little bit more money, like more accurate, but if you can get within your goal, you said is 5% on a desktop appraisal.
Yeah. If everything that we found true in our research on the desktop ends up being true for the full, then we're within 5%. But that's not a guarantee. So I would say 15% is a really good number.
Yeah.
The other thing too, if any private money lenders are listening, is that all hard money lenders do not lend on a desktop.
Right, sure.
So
they just don't consider it's accurate enough.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they want to reduce their liability as much as possible. So if you are lending your own money, would highly recommend the full appraisal. It's just worth that.
Yeah, of course.
Extra money to insure
you figure if a hard money lender's not willing to risk their money on just a desktop, maybe you shouldn't either. If you're risking a lot of your own money in the deal, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And so what you may do is before you bring a hard money lender in, might do a desktop, and then knowing that when they do it, that they're going to bring an actual full-blown appraisal in.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. I've been joined live in the studio with Michelle Rodriguez. She's with NextGenAppraisals.com. That's NextGenAppraisals.com, 713-346-9911. 713-346-9911. Are we out of time, Nikki?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Right.
Did she cut the mics off? Oh, there we go.
You mean that?
She cut them off when you were still talking?
No.
The problem is you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started NextGen Appraisals. NextGen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
How you doing? Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you.
Because it's this doesn't come off unless you press the button. Have you seen these? Yeah. I like it a lot.
Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us.
Oh, it has the cell phone in it?
At 281-569.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
281-569.
I didn't know that. In fact, I wish. Well, this one doesn't have that. I would have. Yeah. That's always one of the things that I loved about an iPad.
Yeah.
Is that you could get an iPad with cellular built into it, and I've always wondered why do not more laptops do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense to me versus like trying to turn this on.
I know, right?
And connect
and tether and all that kind of stuff. Now, and I also found that one of the things that I was limited that I didn't realize is that I'd always been with Sprint before, and Sprint you can't be on the phone while you're using data. It's an either or.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Right, but Verizon doesn't do that. You can do both at the same time.
So you have Verizon now?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been happy.
Doors that stick or sheetrock.
Hey James, how you doing? Good morning.
You may have foundation movement.
Hey Tiger, how are you?
Soils in the Houston area. It's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased.
So what do you want to talk about today?
Foundation Check.
Some rentals?
Rentals? Okay.
Did you win last night?
I actually did pretty well last night. I turned 1,000 into 37,000.
That's real good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, I wish it was real money though. Huh?
Yeah. Well, and then and then I put all my tickets in one thing and didn't win.
You know, like I was playing blackjack and they limited it to like 500 a hand,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
you can't get any dollars that way.
yeah, I'm like, you're playing hold'em down here. You can push in your whole pot and you're
Yeah.
limited at 500 a hand. Like,
Right.
Well, how does that make any sense?
And and I've got this whole theory about blackjack that. So you know the game of blackjack pretty well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a different way of looking at blackjack.
Yeah, you told me you're like never
Never bust.
Yeah, never take yourself out of the game.
Right, never bust.
offer retirement
That's the game of
accounts
blackjack.
that can be used
Is
to
never
invest
ever
in
ever
real
bust.
estate,
But the only way that you
promissory
can really then
notes,
win is you have to use a
private
progressive
entities,
betting
and much
strategy,
more.
right?
Many
So
of our clients loan money
which
from their IRAs
you make
to
you
fund
make
real
money over
estate
time
deals
slowly,
all over the
which
country.
then makes it not
We don't
worthwhile.
sell
But it's the
any
only way that you can
investments
really
or give
consistently
advice.
win.
However, we
I
do
mean,
hold free
you know, there's that whatever.
weekly
You know, if you just
educational
keep,
classes
if you lose a
and
hand,
free
then you just double up.
consultations with
And
Yeah,
an IRA
that's the
specialist.
only strategy I've
For
found that
more
works.
information,
Yeah.
visit
But what
our
always
website
happens is
at
they have a limit on the table. Like
fundsira.com
if it's a
or
$5
call
minimum, it's a 500 maximum,
855
so that you get like 2 to the 8.
IRAs
Yeah.
to tap into the
Which means
$24
one every
trillion
256
in
hands, which
retirement
takes about
accounts
4 or
in
5
the
hours.
US.
You can win for
Call
about 4 or 5
Quest
hours, and
IRA
then you lose it all.
Yeah.
And that's
IRAs.
that's over the law of large
Website,
numbers. So,
questira.com.
and it doesn't necessarily have to be in the 5th hour that you lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm really bad at math.
Yeah.
Like
What?
looking at me, you wouldn't think
No,
that I was
right,
bad
you're
at
Asian.
math. It doesn't make any sense.
Is that even legal? All right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Here we go. Hot mic.
All right. Welcome back. We're telling funny stories on the Book of Faces. Really, that's all I can say about it. So it's Right Path Real Estate Radio 713-785-1817. Joined live in the studio with Jerry Ta. PropertyCareHouston.com. That's PropertyCareHouston.com. 713-489-7653. That's 713-489-7653. How'd you get such an easy phone number?
I don't know. I mean, it started out as a grasshopper number, and then we use
switched
Ring
over?
Ring Central now. So
How do you like Ring Central?
you know, there's a lot of complaints about it.
Yeah, but
and
you like
then
it?
I like it enough. And people, and it's funny because I read the forums, you know, the support forums and stuff, and people are like, "Well, there's something better. We all switch already," but there's not. So that's why we're all here.
But you like it
complaining.
better than Grasshopper?
Well, I have physical phones.
Yeah,
throughout
okay.
my office. And stuff.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
have physical. I have the app. I have my fax connected to it, and then they actually also have a like a team collaboration typing, like
Okay.
AIM,
Yeah.
but it's called Glip. So it's all connected in one package.
Got it.
For you. So I do like it enough.
Okay, and then does that mean that you also have like an app that you could have that phone number? Is like you have voice over IP with your? Okay, got it. All right. So I'm trying to remember the one that we just went to. There's one. Oh man. Well, it's really probably not that important for the radio show listeners.
I think there's a few. There's Jive, 8x8.
Yeah, Jive's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had used 8x8 when we were over in the Westheimer office. We used 8x8 and had physical phones and all that. But we've just gone to Jive for our pen group and for listing houses and things like that. So far we like Jive.
Yeah.
That was the one I couldn't think of.
I mean, you know, if you're managing your own rental properties, I'd probably suggest not giving out your personal cell phone number.
Yeah.
So you don't get texts and calls throughout the days, nights,
I know how to blame
weekends.
people. Yeah. Right.
That's my number one advice if you're managing your own rental properties. Like, you might want to keep that personal cell phone.
Well,
number
let's get into
personal.
property management because I called you and you called me right back but I didn't get a chance to ask you the question. I'll go ahead and do it on air.
Yeah.
So I had a client that called up and said, "Hey, I've got a landlord tenant situation. Got a friend of mine that's a tenant. I know the landlord, right? And so the landlord said, "Hey, I want to come in and do an inspection on the property." And the tenant's like, "Hey, my baby's sleeping. I don't want you to do it right now." You know, so what's the legal rules between what a landlord can force and what a tenant can't? Tenant can't keep the landlord out forever and ever. Amen. Landlord has a right to inspect the property, right? So
That's correct. The landlord has the right. It is his property at the end of the day.
Right.
Tenants may believe that they own the property now, but that's not true.
Right.
And don't quote me on this.
Okay.
I want to say it's 24 hours.
Okay,
As long as you give proper 24-hour
That's
notice.
that's what I said. I said I think if you give 24 hours, you got to make a time within 24 hours.
Yeah.
And so what if the tenant doesn't? And it's my understanding that the landlord can enter with a locksmith.
Yeah.
Or a key because I think the tenant had changed the locks. And so a landlord can change the locks. Now they have to provide a new key at no charge to the tenant, right?
Well, if the tenant changed the locks
without giving it to the landlord,
the tenants are responsible
for providing a key to the
landlord.
Yeah.
And if not, then he's responsible for the
chain.
locksmith.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. All right. So 24 hours. Don't quote you on it, but it's 24 hours given that. Okay. That's what I was calling about. Is I had the person on the phone at the time, and I was going to three-way you in, and then I got the exact same answer from I called my attorney next.
Okay.
Yeah, and he said, yeah, I think it's 24 hours. And again, he said, don't quote me on that. I could look it up.
Yeah.
That's one of those statutes that, I know it's in there. It seems like it's about 24 hours. That would be reasonable. And now, in the event of, like, hey, there's a report that something's going on, in the property right then, like a potential emergency, they can you don't have to give 24-hour notice.
No, you go right
so so if the person says, hey, I don't want to give you access the next 24 hours. I don't want you doing that. Then the tenant really can't do that, right?
I mean, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
right.
Right. Not legally.
Not legally. Yeah,
Right.
the owner always should have ability to get access into his own property. Owners can change locks whenever they, and I'm not giving any kind of legal advice or anything, but technically, even if you're in the process of evicting someone, you can change their locks. But if the tenant asks you to give them a key, you got to give them a key.
Right. But
so they can get back into the property.
Yeah, but if they don't ask,
yeah,
then you don't have to. Yeah,
no, not necessarily.
Right. Sound like you're speaking from experience.
No, I mean, I've learned that from a lot of people. It's like, yeah, of course you can change your own locks, but if the tenant asks you for a key, you have to give
them access to their stuff, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Our phone number is 713-785-1817. I'm joined live in the studio with Jerry Ta. He's with PropertyCareHouston.com. That's PropertyCareHouston.com, 713-489-7653, 713-489-7653. What's one of the biggest things that you see that landlords make as a mistake, either on purpose or that, like, oh, I didn't know that? What do you see happens the most frequently?
I think one of the things I see a lot, and I think tenants are trained, is all of a sudden you're supposed to walk these properties with your tenants.
Yeah.
When you walk properties with tenants, either on the move out or move in or move out, I would say that's always a bad situation. All of a sudden you start becoming friends.
Yeah.
You make promises that you probably didn't want to do.
Right.
Maybe a touch up paint here, like it's cosmetic. People have a very hard time imagining a vacant, completely empty house.
Right.
A wall may be a little smudged here and there, but once you get all the furniture in there, you're not going to see a lot of things.
Right.
So, my suggestion is never walk a property with a tenant, either on the move in or move out. In our move in letter email that we sent out to all tenants is that here's your inventory condition form.
Right.
Complete this form along with any and all pictures that you want us to show us.
Right.
In one email.
Yep.
I'm not going to sit there and...
It's not like going to Enterprise and renting a car.
Yeah.
Where you got to do the quick walk around and you have to show them all the dings and stuff like that.
Right. And then all of a sudden you become friends.
Yeah, right.
Which is... The worst part is the moment you become friends with your tenants.
Yeah, you need to keep this a business transaction, right? You don't become friends with the person that's the cashier at the grocery store, right? I mean, you just like, hey, this is all business, right?
Yeah.
It's
like, oh, I have one bad lemon.
Yeah,
Can you go get me another? Like, no.
Yeah,
It's a self-service. Type thing.
Yeah.
And on the move out too, I get every single time I get a move out, I would like a walkthrough the day after I move out and like my security deposit. The answer is no. We're going to walk the property the moment you vacate the property completely.
For sure, right.
And then we have 30 days to refund your security deposit less any damages beyond normal wear and tear that you did on the property.
Yeah. And then you document that with photographs and things like that. So
exactly.
How often do you find that, what percentage of the time do tenants leave the property based on just normal wear and tear? Is that 50%?
I'd say under 50%.
Under 50.
Under 50%.
That they do more than just normal wear and tear.
And a lot of times, I would say we gotten better and it's been better and better.
Yeah. You think that's because of the tenant screening that you do?
I say this tenant screening, and a lot of properties that we've been getting are brand new rehab properties. from flooded houses, whatever.
So they're in pristine condition.
Exactly. So we know what we gave you.
Right.
These aren't recently turned over.
Right.
So tenants know that, and then when they leave, we have we do a maid service. When you leave, we expect the maid service back. Obviously, there's always going to be minor wear and tear.
Of course.
Beyond wear and tear here and there, but usually we don't. It's not terrible.
Nice. Okay.
2 minutes.
So PropertyCareHouston.com, PropertyCareHouston.com, 713-489-7653. Is there anything that you see that landlords should be doing that they're not doing? Like one of the things that I noticed, for example, is I'm surprised at how many people aren't aware of the fact that you're supposed to have the thumb turn locks on the inside. I mean, that's like landlord code, right? I mean, your property's not up to code, but does the city really enforce that, or?
It's it's one of those things where it doesn't really come up until it becomes an issue.
Right.
And you always want to avoid that. It's not the cost of it.
Right.
It's not great. It's like a smoke alarm.
Right.
Yeah, you can have a property with no smoke alarms until
somebody dies in a fire, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure.
And then next thing you know, you got the whole world coming down on you.
Right.
So same.
Then
thing
you're
with,
just a slumlord, right?
Yeah. Same thing with thumb turn. Smoke alarms. I think almost every single time I go in a property, we got empty, no batteries in the smoke alarms.
Right.
One thing we've gone to the 10-year lithium ion
Nice.
on almost every single property now.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah, because why do they pull the battery out? It's like starts beeping in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
How come it never beeps in the middle of the day?
It just happened to me in my own house. It blows my mind. It was 4 a.m.
It's like,
and it beeped real loud
Yeah.
one time first, and then it just every few minutes it started
Right.
beeping. I was like, oh my god.
How does that never happen at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Or Saturday, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon when you're home and you could run down to Home Depot or just pull a 9-volt out of it never happens in the middle of the day.
So lithium ion, big. I think it's $50 for a 3-pack versus the cheap $5.
Yeah, it's like $16. $16.67.
And people don't realize the cost of 9-volt batteries.
My gosh. Yeah.
They're really expensive. I think
it's
they're
not just the
$4.
cost; it's the fact that you got to send somebody out there to change them. And oh my god, talk about automating. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Between
do they have lithium-ion smoke detectors / carbon monoxide detectors?
We don't. It's not required to have carbon
I
monoxide.
know.
So we never. I've never looked into carbon monoxide.
Okay. All right, so you've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. I was joined live in the studio with Jerry Ta. He's PropertyCareHouston.com. That's PropertyCareHouston.com, 713-489-7653. Y'all are a flat $85 a month.
That's correct.
So I just want to give out your price.
That's perfectly fine.
It's awesome. All right. Whether it's whether it's $1,000 a month house, whether it's a slumlord house.
Yeah, we have you look on our website, we got a $5,000 rental right now.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Okay.
And that happens too.
The music says I'm out of time.
Okay.
All right, gotta go.
All right.
Everybody. Thanks, Nikki. Mic's off.
Mic's off.
All right.
Hi, Clint Coons here, attorney and avid real estate investor. You know the greatest mistake real estate investors make is not understanding the potential liability that exists from owning real estate. At Anderson Business, Legal, and Tax Advisors, we specialize in protecting real estate investors in all 50 states. In addition to structuring your business for optimum protection, we provide guidance so you pay the least amount of taxes available under the law. We have 150 employees that range from lawyers to CPAs to estate planners and much more. Download our free ebook, The Invisible Investor Strategy, today at AndersonAdvisors.com or call for a free risk reduction analysis and financial blueprint at 800-706-4741. Anderson Business Advisors will help you keep more of what you earn. Call us today at 800-706-4741 and mention Right Path Real Estate.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor or investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules?
Oh my God, those TRID rules.
I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611, and let's talk about how we can help you on your next transaction. NMLS 514497.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need
Like
a quick turnaround
that.
with quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot of game of you simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825, or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
This is Business 1110.
Your favorite one. All right, here we go. Hot mics.
Yep. Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio. So you probably need to get plugged in to all the events that are taking place around Houston. And we are actually starting some new RIAs, Real Estate Investing Association groups. And so there's a ton of information out there. If you want to get started brand new in real estate, now's a great time to get in to start building wealth and income. It's also great if you've got money in a 401k or IRAs, or you're setting money aside, you've already developed the ability to live on less than what you make, and you're looking for a place to put that extra money. We think that the best place to put it is in single family buy and hold. We teach a lot about this. There's lots of gurus out there that are teaching that multifamily is the way to go. We are not anti-multifamily. We're just anti-multifamily now. We recognize that although multifamily does have real estate, so does a machine shop. And so if you were buying a machine shop for cash flow, the fact that it has real estate is secondary to the fact that you're buying a business. The same thing with multifamily. So you have to evaluate it like you're buying a business, not like it's just a piece of real estate. So with single-family houses, what we like about it is you've really got two exit strategies. You've got the strategy of selling it to an end-user owner-occupant or selling it to another investor. So we like single-family a lot because of the appreciation, the cash flow, the pay down, all of that. So we talk about these things on the radio, and we also talk about them. Our next event that we're going to be talking on our website, go to rightpathrealestate.com. We've got a free event coming up. Let me get there real quick. And we also have a bus tour. If you want to go out and see properties, see what it is to evaluate properties, and you're actually going to be walking properties that are for sale. So there's a property bus tour tab up at the top on our website. There's also an events tab. So the next property tour is going to be Saturday, June 2nd. When I look at free events, go to that tab. There's a free events tab. Sign up for the next free event, which is going to be Thursday, June 14th from 6:30 to 8:30. That's going to take place right here at the Crown Plaza Galleria. And then our weekend workshop. Our next weekend workshop is going to be a 2-day event. It's going to be all day Saturday. It's going to be all day Sunday. And it's going to be a great event. It's going to be lots of stuff to learn and know about that. So all that, I also want to tell you that tomorrow will be a best of show, as well Monday be a best of show. So I want to thank everybody for listening and tuning in, provided lots of information, had a great radio show today with Fast Track in the house with Michelle Rodriguez from NextGen, and then also with Jerry Tile with PropertyCare. So if you need any help over the weekend, give support an email, support@rightpathrealestate.com. That's support@rightpathrealestate.com. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a safe and happy Memorial Day. And thank you for the service to our veterans, from our veterans. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
All right, mic's off. Have
Thank
a good
you.
one.
All right, bye-bye.